And now, as we speak, the modest fashion is one of the fastest growing sales in the world right now. And then you've got all the big names selling it, selling things like that. Who was it? Kate, not Kate, the new princess of Wales. What's her name? Meghan. She was, when she went, she had traveled to somewhere and she wore kaftan by, was it Gucci? Kaftan. It was, that's what we call modest dress. We've always known it. It's an Arabian dress. They've been wearing it since the 15th, 13th centuries, you know. But now here's a princess who just wore it to a function, and it was a proper kaftan. It's really picking up because now those people are, you know, you were right.
Speaking about
social media, and you were right. The fact that
the ladies,
fashion industry will make money of what's there at the time.
The ladies are normal, like what monkey see, monkey do. You know? And not all the ladies, whoever they are, they're kind of like if now whether I'm Muslim or not, if I see this look beautiful and I have the same body as you, definitely I'm gonna buy it. You know, that's how it is. Women, they have with no religion, with nothing.
Right now, even that lady, Lauren, you know, she really loved this outfit.
You saw, and she's not even Muslim. You know, it's not.
So, but that's the beauty about this. What they're calling a fad. Is, I think, for me, I'll let you guys say what you think. But for me, the beauty about it is, you're now. My clothes are being looked at as fashionable, and people are looking at it like you're saying, the lady, and think, I want that. They never used to do that before. You know, they'd be looking at me like, what is she wearing? Now it's like,
because we were never confident.
I want that. You
because
know,
we were never confident and coming up.
No, but now because a lot of prominent people and big names are doing it, so more people are now, you get it.
Aware of it.
Unfortunately, it confirms the thing with fashion is you follow the names behind the fashion, not the actual fashion itself.
Very true.
You get it? So you're seeing, oh, Versace is doing it, now I'm interested. But if he wasn't doing it, wait till somebody does it. So now if a princess is wearing it and it's on the runway and everything, now I want it.
Very true.
And then the other thing is, where, you know, like we said, your dress, your choice. But if you don't feel like wearing a short skirt, but you have to because you need to fit in or you need that promotion, that's the problem, right? But if modest fashion becomes more booming and people get more into it, then I'm looked at not for my body or my cleavage, but for what's in my head when I want that promotion. So I just feel like it just now, I mean, finally a woman's not looked at by how much skin she's exposing. That's what I look at as the positive side of this thing that you're saying, and hoping it'll never go away, is I'm never going to be looked at for how much skin I'm showing anymore. Now I can just be like wearing whatever it is and somebody will be like, oh wow, you look so great, let's go, you know, for the meeting. You get what I mean? That's what I feel. What do you think, like, sorry, I want to raise one thing. I said I'd raise it at the start and I forgot. We all know Cleopatra, you know, the Egyptian, and for as old as time, Cleopatra has been the face of beauty, right? They said she started makeup. She was so pretty, her long neck, her this, her that, you know, so she's been we've got makeup using her faces, we've got everything based on what we know about makeup from that lady. So she's the beauty icon, we could call her that. But that's all she's known for, correct?
Very true.
That's the thing. But do we know that she spoke 12 languages? Do you know that? No. Cleopatra spoke 12 languages.
No.
She had a degree in maths, in science, in astrology.
Wow.
But no one talks about this. What I'm trying to say, and I'm roping this into this discussion because she was looked at for her beauty or how she dressed or whatever.
The brain, nobody concerned about the brain.
How many centuries later we're talking about her based on that? No one's talking about this woman with 3 degrees and 12 languages she spoke. You get it? So I feel that that's my 2 cents on this issue. But then we was also going to talk about, is it advantageous? So I wanted to raise that. I think I've already pitched in my ideas how it is advantageous. Do you think it's advantageous? Not even talking about Muslims, because predominantly modest fashion is tied down to Muslims. But this is not an Islamic thing. This is just a global for women. How does modest fashion, what does modest fashion bring to the table in terms of an advantage to today's society?
So, like as you mentioned, Cleopatra. So I think, like from time immemorial, beauty has always been the scale at
What you
which,
see.
a woman is measured at.
Yeah.
The scale.
Yeah.
You know,
So true.
basically. So I feel like if you feel like you want to wear something, wear it, be comfortable, yes. And
Because you want
advantages
to.
of modesty, I still am not with that word. I still say that it's just fashion, and whatever you feel like, flaunt it. But don't give it so much importance. I don't know why you're giving it so much importance. Just like you said, I mean the makeup. Everyone is all about makeup nowadays, right? We're not talking about how, you know, what impact women are having. Women are changing lives. Women are doing so much more. But we are here always, you know, like, you know, fashion and all that. So if we change that,
Perspective,
and and not try and bring the focus on modesty, you know, you can wear whatever you want and use that to your advantage. So I feel like if you get into the modesty wagon and trying to get something out of it, I don't think so it will work for you. So that's what I feel.
Well, that's amazing. It's true. It's right. I know you, and I agree with you on not calling it modest fashion.
If we
because
try
it's
to
silly.
say advantages of
But-
modest fashion right now, we'll be like trying to tell people, you know, you need to dress modestly or something.
Yeah. No, but I get what you're saying in terms of the word modest fashion. But why it's being spoken about and why it should be spoken about, because it's now out there.
Yeah, modest,
like
you know,
Hafsa was saying,
it's given
it's
us
gotten a
hand.
platform now. It
Yeah.
never had a platform before.
Yeah.
The word may not be the right word.
No, the issue
But
is like
it's-
within now, we are saying now, because a long time ago, there was a time I wanted, like 2 years ago, and I'm in this fashion industry for 2 years. So I wanted to a fashion, what is it called? I wanted so badly. I have never seen a modesty, what is it called? When I say modesty, like where they allow you to wear hijabs, right? In Kenya now, hey, that is the part yet discrimination are high. You know, models can tell you, no, I'm not wearing this. Models, they want, make it short. They think the perspective they have is like, the shorter it
You
is,
see, that's what I'm saying.
the
Change
tighter
that
it is,
perspective.
I feel beautiful. So I'm here like, hey, I want you to be my model. And models, all of them are there like, no, I'm a model for another girl, because you know they have no option when it comes to the runway. When I go to them, the guy who was running, managing all those, come back to me and tell me, you know what, the girls, they don't want to wear, you know, why don't you just let them lose the hijab?
Oh,
And I'm kind of like, what is the point?
Well, that's
I'm
your
just,
line.
I'm just here.
That's your line.
Yeah, that's
They're
your
coming
whole
to me and
design,
telling me,
you know,
you have an
can't change
amazing
it.
outfit, let them try it, but let them lose
Remove
the
the
hijab.
hijab. Oh God.
And I'm kind of like, what is the point? I am here to make a difference, to show my young girls who are looking up to me,
Yeah.
like, you can be a modesty, you can do whatever you want, break it. Because before, you know, if a woman, Muslim woman, especially my community, Somali, if I open my mouth and talk, there's a taboo.
Yeah.
For me, like now, I want to be, you know, break the ice and be like, you know, and help someone out there, like to look beautiful. And what I was being told is, you know, rejection. I'm just sitting on the couch and kind of like, okay, shall I fit in because I lost a lot of money and a lot of time, or I should stand high? And they're like, call him and tell him like what he's doing is wrong, and I'm gonna talk about it. And he's kind of like, you know what? And next time I'll give you, you know, this time the girls are like that. I didn't even prepare them mentally. So next time I'm giving you an option. So that's why now modesty fashion is very important for designers like me. It's very important. Like having the name like modesty fashion means covering up with hijab on, you know, whether you're non-Muslim or not. Now, and I did my Burkini fashion show, you're aware of it.
Yeah.
I did my Burkini fashion show and I hired non-Muslims and Muslims, of which like 10 of them, 5 were non-Muslims, and then the
5
others are
Muslims.
Muslims. I took those 5 because to show the other non-Muslims, those who are not, you know, when I say typically like non-Muslim, there are some girls who are, you know, Africans who are Muslims. These
Okay.
girls who are not Muslim, they are representing them. They're showing them like your kind is wearing, you know.
Yes.
Someone is a little, you know, let me just like specifically, I don't know how I can put my words, but again, there are some light skins, there are some dark shades, there
Yeah.
are some like that. But Kenyans mostly they are
Dark.
toned and dark, right? So I hired those girls to represent those Muslim girls, to show them like, you know, you can have a curly hairs, and at the same time this is how you're gonna wear a hijab, how you're gonna, you know, you have a figure like this and this. No. So that's why I hire them. modesty, upcoming modesty, and at the same time having a modesty fashion show is very so deep to us. Because imagine going to a fashion show, paying everything, and you are told your models are not wearing. Our models, they have we had done the hair, they're not wearing hijabs. So disappointing.
So your advantage is that for her,
the advantage
is now there's
empowering
some
as
sort
well.
empowerment, but for her, because of her line of business,
Now
it
they are
has
looking for
opened,
it.
it has opened the pocket that she needed.
Exactly.
You get it? Because now it's fashionable and it's a trend. The models are like, oh, okay, I want it.
we'll
You get
do
it?
it,
No, even they're not complaining.
Yes, because now it's
We are
it's
being
recognized.
hunted nowadays. Designers are being hunted. Like, we want only one modesty fashion designer. They will try to be in there. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, because
amazing.
it's recognized.
Yes.
Before it was not recognized. So no one wants to be attached to something that is not known. So for her, although both of us agree that the word is wrong, for her it's actually very good and profitable, and it has opened doors.
It's an
And
advantage.
it has
That's
made-
the
yeah, it's an
advantage part
actual
of it,
advantage for
And
her.
disadvantage being, we are talking about the advantage and disadvantage. Disadvantage being, what people portray. Those who are in TV, those who are in commercial, whenever they're showing, they always make the girls, wear short and get as naked as they can. So the girls who are out there, everybody, we have that desire we have. There are some girls who like to advertise things.
Yes.
Yeah, there are girls who like to be models.
Yeah.
So those girls, Muslim or modesty girls, she doesn't want to do that, and she wants the opportunity.
Opportunity.
She will lose
So
to
an
that.
advantage would be it's inspiring now.
Yeah.
Our
It's
younger
inspiring more girls
generation
who want
yeah,
to be
models
more
and-
modestly dressed
and show them
model.
that they don't
Yeah,
have to
definitely.
show skin. Yeah.
I get you.
So
I
it's
get
an
you.
inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah.
Okay, so for me, the advantage is that because I said it in the start that I feel it's as old as time, modest dressing and
Yeah.
modest fashion. I feel it's gotten the light now because of social media, but I feel it's bringing back authentic women's strength
Very true.
and empowerment because history was, I mean, I don't have an issue with you if you want to wear a two-piece bikini. I don't have an issue with you. So this is not what this discussion is about. But as old as time, women who have made history, women who history books have been written about, didn't do it in a two-piece bikini.
Never.
Think about it. Mother Teresa,
True.
not a Muslim,
True.
a Christian. Today we make reference to her till today.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah? Don't even go for the Mother Mary,
Mm-hmm.
Christian, a Christian figure, of course Muslim as well, but
Yeah.
in the Christian figure, fully clothed from top to bottom. No
Modesty,
issue
let's
there.
say
Exactly.
modesty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we look at Rosa Parks. Did she change history for the black people when she decided I'm not moving behind to
Yeah.
sit at the back of that thing? But what was she dressed in? You get what I'm saying?
Very true.
I mean, I could name so many. The point I'm trying to make is these women didn't need to strip down to make their point. They made their point modestly dressed, and for me, that's the biggest advantage of this current trend.
True.
Is that
Very true.
girls who are destined to change the world now have one monkey off their shoulder, which is to dress in the way society has accepted. They now have another option, and many of them would choose that because maybe
Yeah.
they're comfortable with that. So now they have this option and they don't need to think, I want to wear a long dress, but my job won't let me, it needs a short dress.
It needs a
You get
short
it?
dress,
Now it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
wear
now
your
it's
long
like-
dress, go break that glass ceiling and
Exactly.
keep
Yeah.
soaring.
Yeah.
And that,
all about
for
the
me,
confidence, yeah.
That's what the advantage I
Very
could take
true.
out from this. Wow. When I thought about this conversation, I knew I had so much to say about it, but I didn't think it would be this deep. Like you guys have taken it to a whole other level.
Yeah,
and
it
and
really
That's
know,
what
has-
you're fighting for.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's what you're fighting
Thank
for.
you so much for coming. I mean,
You're
it's been
welcome.
amazing,
You're
and
welcome.
I can't wait to see, the stuff you're going to bring on the runway.
Yeah, oh
and
my
keep
God.
watching Farah's videos where she's doing all sorts of modest.
She's very
all
confident
sorts of
woman.
things in her
Yeah,
modest. Yeah, she's.
very
Yeah.
confident woman.
She's extremely like
You
you
guys
need
are
to
extremely
give us a
kind.
lot of confidence, like sprinkle your confidence everywhere
Very
you
true.
go.
We're starting right now, right?
Wow,
my God.
thank you so much, ladies, for being here, and
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to hosting you on the show again. Yeah?
Definitely.
Have a
Come
great
over
day.
anytime,
Yeah,
anytime.
anytime,
Yeah,
anytime.
anytime. And the last encouragement maybe I can give or advice to someone is like, if you are out there and you want to be a model, first of all, one question that mostly I've been asked on my DMs on Instagram is, and I want to be a model. And I checked them on Instagram and then found it like there's no pictures in there or nothing. So if you want to be a model or you want to be a fashion designer, show some effort. Show like, go out of the comfort zone. Show the designer, if you're a model, show the designer that you are capable. Why am I giving you the work if you are, I don't see, all I see is food and snap. You check out of yourself. So be yourself. If you want something, go for it. Go for it, definitely. So, and let no one limit you. And if you're a modesty out there and you're wondering on what is called, like, what is it called, confidence, you're fighting over your confidence, you are good as the way you are. Be modest, wear your hijab, you are not less than anyone. So I think that's all I can say.
Hey guys, so mine is just to remind you to be confident, be comfortable in your body, in your skin, just the way you are. Love yourself more because you need you. Alright, remember that you need you. So whatever you feel like wearing, whether it's modesty or not, just make sure you're comfortable and you're happy. And once that you cross that barrier, trust me, your confidence will show and it will just dim everyone around you because you'll be shining. Alright, so guys, have
be
fun.
yourself.
Have fun.
And be yourself like Haz. She's been herself from day one. Yeah.
Have fun with fashion.
I wasn't expecting that conversation to go the way that it did. It was amazing. It was so insightful. And it was extremely close to my heart because, I mean, I'm somebody who's been in the corporate world for over 10 years. And, there's a lot of, there's a lot of restrictions that come with how you dress or how you should dress. But thankfully, I've never had to feel that in my places of work. And although I see a lot of women around me struggling. So this issue on modest fashion is, I mean, I think there's too much more that can be discussed about it. There's so much more that can be understood about it. But I'd like to reiterate one thing. All the women in our history, all the women who wrote history, and all the history books that have been written by women, they did it fully clothed and focused with eye on their ball. I mean, the eyes on the ball, focused on the issue that they were trying to bring out there. So for all the young girls out there who are listening, who are watching, you don't need to dress in how society expects you to dress to achieve your dreams. You need to keep your eye on the ball and you need to dress in the way that you need to, I mean, in any way that you need to make it happen. And I'd like to close with a verse from the Holy Quran in chapter 24, verse 30. Say to the believing men, they should lower their gaze and guard their modesty. That will make for greater purity for them. Much love and God bless.